Welcome to ADHD Founders, a podcast about having ADHD and the challenges of building a business. Jesse's out this episode, so it's just Sharon and I, and we talk about how Sharon is using Claude to help make her business more efficient in terms of generating social media content and a bunch of other things. And we talk about how I am about to use Claude to try and build a fun website to help my business.
And we're holding her accountable for that. You can support the show on patreon.com/ADHD_founders and find us on social at ADHD_founders and ADHDfounderspod.com. Hope you enjoy the show.
I think I'm just really worried, like, if I get really into it, I might go down a rabbit hole. And
AI tools,
yeah. Like if I spend a lot of effort in something and then it doesn't quite get me where I need it to be, could I have just done it myself? And the reason I say that is because sometimes with coding, like that's what happens. I'm using an AI tool and then it's kind of getting stuck. And then I go, okay, well, let me actually use my brain a little bit more and try and figure it out. And sometimes it's a very easy solution and it hasn't picked it up and I've wasted more time using the tool than if I just did it myself.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the fear. That's the ADHD fear, right?
Yeah.
Like rabbit holing on anything. So, I mean, I don't find that to be the case. I mean, I think that it's helped me speedrun so many things that I feel like drunk with power, kind of.
Really?
Like, I kind of have, like, it's been helpful because also just vetting ideas. I mean, and it could be on the phase of building, but actually you were talking about last episode, I think, about wanting to dig in on product and feature releases and kind of like in growth, right? Which for startups, growth is I think inextricably tied to product and feature releasing and all that. And so it's helpful for me because I'm able to prototype things so easily and I'm such a visual person. And so like even just like Claude Design, for instance, has a prototyping tool that can make clickable wireframes, like high fidelity wireframes, like in the blink of an eye. Like the ability for me to just even sit with a set of features that I've come up with, click around, and I might be rabbit holing, but it's on the right things for me. Like I'm able to really just spin and speed run the stuff that I've already decided is important, which I haven't. I mean, there's been a couple departure, like I've thrown away some things for sure. Like I've spent time on things that, especially like internal tools but I think I was still kind of getting my footing. And actually a lot of the groundwork I did setting up these internal tools, like the first one I made, I'm like not using at all. I made this thing to help create like Instagram story content. I'm not using it at all, but all the groundwork I did for it, like setting up the Google Drive API and 20 other things, I'm using those every day.
Yeah, it was like a good learning thing, and now you're using that for other tools that you've made.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just getting and I've been really blown away at what's possible. Like I was telling Marie, and we were talking in our chat, that video editing, I just would not have thought that Claude was there, but Claude Fable 5 video editing is bananas. It's not going to do well at like vlog style stuff that's like wordless content, because I think it really leans on transcript.
Yeah.
Which is amazing news for me because I don't do vlog style content really. I do now being called yapping style, which is the stuff I've done for years, which is just pointing a camera and just blah, 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 talking about a thing that I think is cool. And I can just upload all of my outtake, like every clip, don't have to sort through it. And it just makes it into a video, like a pretty great first draft. So I've been really impressed.
And it's you're using the paid version, like
I am. Yeah. We have a team plan. So it's actually, some people in my life have asked me for help troubleshooting things on Claude, and I realized I never actually really used the free version. I was using ChatGPT mostly, and I still do. I kind of do personal stuff on ChatGPT still, like just like little questions, onesie twosie questions. ChatGPT is better at image generation, I think, like rendering, but I think Claude's better at layout. You would then take like the things that Claude designs, as someone who loves design, you wouldn't take and run. You would make it your own, but I think it gets a good groundwork.
I love how you're using the design stuff, because for me, when I do design, so I'm not a designer by, like I'm a self-taught designer. So when I design stuff, I do it really rough. It's not pixel perfect. So I'm not in a design tool going, it has to be like 2 pixels here, 3. It's kind of just rough. And then I just code it straight away from that. So what you're describing is perfect, because I don't need it to be pixel perfect, because I've always said like, I just need to know roughly what it looks like and I'll translate it. I don't even need assets. Like if you work with a designer by trade, like they'll actually give you all the assets, and everything will be specified.
Like in a library, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah. I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna make it, and I look at it by eye, and I'll make sure it's balanced and stuff. But I'm kind of like, I don't need it to be perfect before I take it and code it. I can just eyeball. I could do it off like a bit of paper even. I'm just kind of like, but what you're describing is much better. It kind of just brings it that extra step. So that's perfect. So I'm definitely going to play around with that. Maybe by our next podcast, I can give you like an update on what I've done. Because I have a couple of features that I want to make.
I'll hold you to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also feel like there's this. Everybody obviously like we're not unique in exploring AI,
sure,
by a long shot. But I think for the ADHD brain, it's very compatible for reasons I think might not be obvious, like the sense of companionship, not in the creepy way, but in the feeling of having a coworker locked in with you and cruising toward a goal. Because what I'll do is I'll fire something in, I'm like, oh, okay, I want to make a tool that does this. So let me just kick it off and start it in Claude Code.
Yep.
And then as a mom, sometimes I'm doing this, like maybe I don't have childcare, or maybe I'm between things, and I'll just leave it. I'll let it work, let it cook. And then I'll do something else. So like that's how I work anyway. I just bounce.
Oh,
and it allows me to like embrace that propensity to do that versus fight it. Cause it's kind of like, Claude takes a while to do the stuff. So I just go let it do it. And then I come back and check on it, give it a few more, go do another thing, come back. And so it kind of has that feeling of like a coworker focused on a project and you're popping in to be like, okay, where are you now? Oh yeah, do this, not that. And then you can, and I, at the end of the day, feel massively productive in a way I haven't felt in a little while, since I had a team of like 40 people reporting to me.
It almost seems like, does it give you a sense of time boxing in a way? Because you're kind of like, I'm going to let this thing run for, and I'll come back to it in 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And in that time, I'm going to go quickly do this other thing. Because for some reason, like when I feel like I've only got a set time to do something, it just makes it a lot faster. It's the same reason why I'm late to stuff. It's like, I think, oh, I need to leave soon. Oh, there's 5 minutes before I need to leave. Then I'll suddenly go and do something.
Yes.
And be really focused on that to the point where I'm late for the other thing. But in this way, you're like, oh, Claude's running my task. I'm going to go run and do something.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter if you're late back. But you still get that sort of like, when I come back, maybe there'll be a reward because it's done.
Well, time boxing is a great comparison, as is one of our mutual favorite hobbies, which is racing kitchen appliances.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like,
Explain
I pop the toast.
Yeah.
I pop the toast in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see how much I can get my kitchen clean before the toast pops out, or the microwave, or the tea kettle is a favorite one as well.
I do the kettle all the time. It's like, put the kettle on, try and wash the dishes in the time that it takes for the kettle to boil.
Yes. And thank you for the time boxing thing lit that up for me, because it's so true. I kind of feel like, all right, I got this plate spinning.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, and then maybe I'll even do like a boring task. So I'm putting my creative energy and letting that go. And then maybe I'll pay that bill or something, or I'll actually spin to like a different thing up something else I need in parallel to feed into this. So like I'll be building the tool and also filming some content that I want to feed into the tool, because I'm excited to have this tool. Now I want something to feed into it. So I'm going to do like a talking head video explaining something.
Oh, yeah. You're constantly looking for inefficiencies in the process, which might reveal themselves as you make a tool. Then you go, oh, it's missing this thing that I have to do manually. Then make another tool for that. And then now you've got this whole toolbox of things that it's helping you with.
This is the temptation I have that I'm trying to hold back on. Like, to your question about rabbit holing, some of the tools I've made for myself, I'm like, other people would really benefit from this. Should I like try to put this live and have other people use it? Like, there's a really simple one that I'm like really proud of. That is, I just am proud of myself for coming up with the idea, the ability to, and I made it so fast with Claude, because I'm just doing, and I'm obviously learning so much more about coding, but like through this, because I'll ask questions of Claude too, like, oh, why is that? Or, why are we doing it like that? But I have this tool that I paste. I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast yet. I go find old reels or TikTok videos that I've made, paste the link in to my tool, and then it produces, like, obviously based on the prompt, it produces carousels. So it makes 8 slides using exact sound bites that I said, and then it makes that for Instagram. So it basically takes the content and makes it a different way.
Yeah.
And it's great because it's my content. I made it and I get to just repurpose it, and it, that content tends to do well because I'm only using these reels that did really well. So the message resonated and helped somebody, and I can just, and like, this is one click. And then I also set up all my scheduling things with it. So I can make it and then also schedule it. And I can feel good about it because I'm like, I'm teaching something that's important to me. I'm engaging with my audience and being consistent in posting, but like not breaking over it or not,
Sure. Yeah.
time
Yeah.
sucking.
Yeah, and importantly, you said it just at the start. You already know that content resonated. Like the message in that content resonated because it's performed well before. It's sort of like what I did with onboarding. Like this is not AI, but we did like a series of onboarding emails and newsletter content every month. We had like a year's worth of content, and what we did was we kind of figured out from that which were the best performing pieces, like in terms of open rate, in terms of engaging with an email, clicking links within an email. And then we just took the really good ones and automated that for other people. Like out of the whole year's content, we might have picked like 15 pieces that worked well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing. Like from a startup perspective and a growth perspective, you kind of tested it, you've figured out the good ones, and now you're repurposing the good ones because there's something in there that people like, but in a different format, and keeping it fresh. And like you said, ticking all the other boxes, like saying frequent, relevant, and all that on social media, which is super important.
Right. And previously has been quite a time investment for me.
Yeah.
As someone who's also running a business. And so if I were just a content creator, I probably wouldn't have felt the burn of that time investment. And it's not like that's a super hard thing to make, but it's nice that it can be kind of instant.
Yeah.
And I can feel, proud of that. I think there's some things about AIs I would feel icky about. Like, I like that it's using my own words, not pulling from what could be someone else's words.
Exactly.
Like, I think I feel good about that.
Your original content.
My original content. Totally.
Yeah.
And then I think that carries through to some of our team, and actually maybe this is an idea for you, brainstorming on the call. So what I've kind of talked about so far is a little bit more like my side. I would think about all the social media posting as like a side gig for me, although it is, obviously I do it because I'm running Shelpful. But the core stuff, so Chris, my CTO, kind of focused on a project the last few weeks because I was just like, as I got really into Claude and using it, I got really excited about how the ecosystem is really growing around it. And a lot of people are putting out model context protocols. Stop me if you know about this already.
We might want to explain the MCPs.
Okay, so yes, for everyone. So MCP is what it's called colloquially. It stands for Model Context Protocol, and it's basically kind of an app store-ish. But like, so Claude and ChatGPT both use that same protocol, as well as I think Gemini and all the main providers. And then they curate some. So as a user who may not know that much about this, you can browse and find things like your top apps, like Gmail, that's in there. But other apps like Shelpful, like Llama Life, Revenue Cat, by the way, has a model context protocol that's awesome. I know you use Revenue Cat as well.
Yeah.
And that was actually how I got the original idea to do it for Shelpful, because we use Revenue Cat to monitor subscriptions and like growth. I pulled the Revenue Cat MCP in, and it now generates a weekly just Slack update, kind of giving the whole team an update on subscriptions and growth.
Oh my God, I'm going to do this. Okay.
I know. I can pull charts in, and it can access all that data from Revenue Cat. So it's great. And it can also, it can pull together Shopify and Stripe and Revenue Cat and put it into one. So that was kind of how I got my feet wet, was just like analytics.
It's a little bit like, would you describe it like it's kind of like an API in a way?
Yeah.
Like it kind of lets you connect AI to a service.
Right.
And the MCP is created by that service. Like you said, for example, Revenue Cat releases an MCP, and then you connect to the MCP, which connects to Revenue Cat. It sort of
Right. You
fills the
give
gap in
specific
some way.
authentication and permissions, and it's exact. I think it's very similar to an API.
Mhm.
And then the user is then able to call that stuff. So we made an MCP for Shelpful. So
Oh,
we kind
wow.
of just have a few people in right now. But it will work for everyone once I send it out. I think we will with our next App Store release for the Shelpful AI Task
Okay.
Manager. But it's
Yeah.
awesome
So wait,
because
so what does it do? Like summarize your tasks or what you've done? And
it can do kind of almost everything. So for me, the value statement of it or whatever is I go to AI to brainstorm stuff. Like
Mhm.
I want to do this stuff with my house, or I want to renovate my kitchen. And you kind of come up with a good plan, maybe in Claude or ChatGPT, but it doesn't go to action. So you can then say, hey, add all that to Shelpful and add reminders for this, 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 and this. And it adds them into the app. And then Shelpful is a proactive service that then will ping you and actually remind you. So it adds it into our system. You can also say, show me on my Shelpful tasks. It shows them all to you. You can say, delete these ones, mark these ones as done. Like any of the list management stuff, you can now do through Claude. We haven't, ChatGPT is coming. Chris is working on that now. But it's really cool. And it gives a way to use Shelpful on desktop, which people had definitely requested, because you
Mhm.
can then be like working away on Claude and get your Shelpful tasks. And you could see if you have a daily briefing set up, you can have
Yep.
your Claude tell you, here's what's on your calendar, here's what's on Shelpful, here's what's on to-do list or whatever. So it's just like another way to access that information. And for me, it's a way, like the point of it being Shelpful is that then Shelpful can hold you to the stuff that you come up with when you're chatting with AI. But Llama Life would be great with that too.
I think it would, but I just also am not sure our users would use that. Like it's quite a
Same way.
technical, yeah, but I mean, would they actually use that feature? Like it's quite a technical thing. Like I guess it sounds really cool to me, but I just don't know if our user base would
Do you not
be.
think your users are using ChatGPT?
I think they are, but like maybe it's for more common tasks. I don't know. I don't know if they'd use it to connect to Llama Life to tell them what they've done.
But no, but think about it the opposite way. Like that they're chatting with ChatGPT about self-care, or I mean think
Oh,
about
what they need to
anything
do and
that,
then put it to
and
Llama
then
Life,
put
like
it into
send it
Llama
to Llama
Life.
Life. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe it might be an experiment, or maybe it might
Yeah.
be something I try first and see why it's helpful to me. Because that's
Yeah.
a lot of the time that's what I do with features. If it's helpful to me, because I do have a pretty similar profile to my audience from the ADHD perspective, right? Like, and with ADHD, like not everything works for all people, but it's really good to have a toolbox of things that you can draw from at a
Mm-hmm.
particular time when you're in a particular mindset for a particular task. Like I don't do the same thing every time. I know it doesn't work. Like I kind of go, okay, well that didn't work. Maybe I'll try and body double today, or try and do time box today or something. But it doesn't always work. So yeah, maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's one thing they could have in their toolbox. It's like in Llama Life, you could remind people to do stuff in AI and send it back. Like there needs to be reminders, I think.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like features that people would actually use are the things we're trying to
You
build
were
for
trying
the,
to, yeah,
and I mean, and like my thought with it was like AI. I mean, we have different products, obviously, but like
mm,
productivity, and my algorithm is shouting about Claude way more than ChatGPT lately, but productivity and just these giant AI companies
yeah,
are like becoming very locked in together. And so my wanting to build that was more of an exploration. And we haven't really officially, I mean, the only way I've launched it was I posted one story about it and 30 people wanted to try it. Like 30
okay,
people put their email
yep,
in
sure,
to a little sticker on my story. And so I sent it to those people. We have another thing launching too, so I'm kind of like splitting between these things. But the question I had for myself was, what place does Shelpful have in a world where people can, are setting up scheduled Claude check-ins on
sure,
tasks they've
yeah,
so then like I'm like, well, the proactive piece maybe is where Shelpful could live. And then I'm also thinking about how we have, these NFC products that we use with our apps. And so like the ability for somebody to be like talking to Claude about this or that, or talking to ChatGPT about like, oh, my son has this, I think he might have fever. Oh, great. And then it maybe proactively offers, do you want me to approve it to the medicine cabinet for when you get home?
mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And so then it's able to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like, to kind of reach outside the AI chat realm and actually physically help you in the real world. That's kind of where my
Yeah.
brain went, was like, in this world where these guys have unlimited funds to build cool things to keep people
Mhm.
productive, where can my company have a future? Which is a big question.
You know what? I think it really fits with your brand. I mean, Shelpful stands for super helpful, right? Like
Yeah, we
Shelpful,
try.
super helpful. But from a branding perspective, you're so spot on. Like you could really lean into this because it's about efficiencies. It's super helpful. Anything that's super helpful, which includes all the automations that you put out, all the shortcuts you put out about iOS and NFC tags, the underlying theme is not automations. The underlying theme is being super helpful, which is your brand, right?
Which is broad, but it kind of worked out okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But everything that you just talked about then is also super helpful. You're looking at doing things in Claude to make
Yeah.
it super helpful for you.
Just tie
I
everything in.
to
Yeah.
tie
Or I mean,
everything together.
to get proactive nudges about stuff that comes up. But I mean,
Yeah.
time will tell if people actually want that, you know. But like
Mm.
that's like every feature.
Yeah, I'm just saying as an umbrella sort of
Yeah.
branding thing for your company, you've got Shelpful, just anything that's super helpful. Within Shelpful, you've got automation stuff, you've got the task manager, you've got the products that you've got coming up. They all under this super helpful. I don't know. I maybe you've already thought of this, but it just kind of hit me like from a branding perspective,
That
you
is what we
kind of
do.
have
How
yeah.
I do talk about that as what
Okay.
the company is about.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Okay.
And actually I just redid our homepage to try to capture that better. So check it out. Let me know what you think. I use Claude Design for the
It's
homepage.
almost less about the like a
The AI
task
task
manager.
manager. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
less
becoming
about
well, it's
that.
becoming less so because we're not, and that's on purpose, kind
Mm-hmm.
of, because I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to follow what I see people interested in.
Yeah.
And so we have very passionate users and people who still love our AI task manager, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to help them, but I also just want to be aware that the world is changing really fast, and I want to make sure that we stay relevant. But you know, even when you're like when I was making the new homepage to try to capture some of this,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my word of the year was testing, but I've kind of adopted my second word is simplify. And that was what I think part of what led me to want to make Prove It, which is the
Mm.
beta thing we're testing in beta right now,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
making it its own app because I wanted it to be so simple. Like I wanted it to not have to be within this thing and all these other things. I wanted to just be like, alarm goes off. The only way you can turn it off is by tapping a tag. That's the whole app.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like have it just be that. And so I think that it's hard because when you're trying to keep a company alive and just trying to think about how to keep it alive, which by the way, that's what every startup is doing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's kind of just always wondering how you can keep it alive. Then it kind of can feel like scrambling, like all the
Mm.
things. But I think that as a team, we're definitely really focused.
Yeah.
And then for me, that MCP work is also Prove It related. Like, you know, now that Chris knows how to do that and has kind of set a lot of stuff up on the back end, then we could extend that to this other app, you know,
Yeah.
potentially if, so I'm, but it's hard. It's scary too.
Mm. Yeah. I think one of the fears I have with all the AI stuff is just it having access to my stuff. So, when you're giving it access to parts of your computer, do you ever worry that, or is it very specific? You're like, only access this drive or only access this file?
It's really specific. And I mean, one of the like potentially annoying things is how much permission it asks for. Like it asks
Mm.
for permission before it does everything. And so that's one of the
Oh, right.
things for like, if you're doing cloud code, I have to kind of like, I might be multitasking, but every now and then I'm popping in to be like, allow, allow. So a lot of micro permissions.
And then
Yeah.
after a while, you're just like, oh God, I'm just clicking allow, allow. I didn't, and then you start not
Then
reading it.
reading
And you're
it.
like, oh, I'm just
Yeah.
going to, oh yeah, just do it, just do it, just do it. I'm so
I
close, just
skip.
do it.
I make sure it's because it's just like, and I want to see this other folder. Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Do this
okay,
folder.
fine.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're like, I don't know, I've given it 99% access to my computer.
Right. No, it doesn't. It does not have unlimited access to my computer. It only has access to files that I specifically tagged as access.
Sure.
So it
sure.
doesn't. It cannot just crawl around my computer at all.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
do feel like that's locked in, and it kind of is almost like you're uploading the folder to. And it really, I mean, you can't even see and do much with an individual photo upload. I think that's kind of a weakness of Claude is you kind of have to. Claude Cowork is so all about the project folders and like having local files to reference. So it can be kind of annoying in that way. I'm excited to see what you make. You know, I think the other thing I would challenge you that I feel like was the challenge that I took on the last couple months was just maybe focus on making something fun, just fun for you. Because you talked about how you were the customer. And I turned away, I looked away from the very, very long feature request list that we have for Shelpful. Like, we didn't build Prove It because we didn't have other things we could build for Shelpful. We built Prove It because I'm like, well, growth isn't what we need to see. It's not where we need it to be for Shelpful. So am I going to sit here and watch it grow slower, or go make something else and see if that can grow faster? I think so. That was kind of something to really push myself on. And Prove It, I'm like so excited about it. It's so fun. Like, I'm having so much fun. And so I feel like that's also a good dopamine hit for you, is like, if you're going to speed run something with AI, do something separate, something silly, and close your eyes. And I think all the requests you have, and a lot of them are just tiny features, I'm guessing, little things like add this button here or this extra thing, but I'd say maybe like treat this as a fun one, because you're going to save time anyway. Just have fun with it.
Yeah, because after a while, like it becomes more maintenance. Like, there's maintenance stuff to do, or it's little things that have been requested, but they're not big game-changing things, and they're not exciting, which doesn't work well for ADHD brains.
And it doesn't work well for growth either.
And growth as well.
Right. Like, no one's going to be like, oh my gosh, you have to try this app. They added this tiny, tiny, tiny feature. No, they're going to be like, this app added this new, oh my gosh, mind-blowing thing that that scratches this itch that I need. That's what people talk about. Yeah. What would be do you have something in mind?
I don't know. I mean, I had this stupid idea like way back, and I never built it. I could do that.
Stupid ideas are the best.
It was really dumb. It was gonna be a simple website that was like, when you go to this website, it's like a shower. So it's got nothing to do with Llama Life. So you basically go to a website. It looks like you're in a shower. So there'd be like a rose head or whatever, and you go in there and you turn the shower on, but only one person can be in the shower at the same time. And so
wait. I'm like so interested. Okay, keep going.
It doesn't do anything though. So it was just some stupid idea where, like, you literally, so you go to a website, you go to a URL, right? And if you try and go there, so say you go there and I'm in the shower, it will say, sorry, you can't go in, Marie's in the shower. And that's it, right? And I could be in the shower for 3 minutes. Maybe it's less, maybe it's 1 minute.
Okay, I think I'm getting it. Keep going.
Yeah. And I actually don't even know what it would be for. It's just
I think I know.
Thing, right?
I know.
And okay, so if you go to the URL and it's free, right? Then it's free. You go, oh my gosh, and it will say like, the shower's free. Do you want it? And then you click enter the shower. Then I go into the shower. Oh yeah, I do remember what it was for. It was to focus and like calm.com.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a bit like that, where
the meditation.
Sometimes you go. App. Yeah, you go. I don't know if they still have this. They might have like a site where you just go to it and it's got like a 3-minute timer, and when you go there, you do nothing. You basically, but everyone can access that at the same time. You just do nothing, and you kind of it challenges you to be calm and kind of meditate for 3 minutes. And I always feel like when I'm in the shower, I'm really calm, and I have really good ideas when I'm in the shower.
Yes.
So maybe it's called. Oh my god, maybe I'll make this. Maybe it's called Shower Time.
Shower focus. And
no one take that URL. I'll take it before this episode.
Yeah, this isn't going to come out for a couple weeks.
Okay, so it could be called showertime.com.
I immediately thought of that. I realized what your purpose was, which you already knew it was.
Yeah, sorry. It was such a long time ago. I forgot what it was.
There's this notion of, if you get in there and you're not focused on doing the thing, you're taking up that space from somebody else's. So that guilty feeling. Well, you keep talking because I'm excited. So
okay. And if you're able to get in to the shower, right? When you leave, there'll be a like a little it's not like a game, but there'll be a little list that goes, Marie was in the shower, Wednesday the 15th at 2 p.m. And you could see like a list of who. It's like a guest book, like when you go like a restaurant, you sign a guest book. I was here. And you can write a little message in the shower.
And maybe say what you worked on.
What you worked on in the shower.
And also, like, maybe when you go into the shower, you say what you're going to work on, so that if I go there to the site and it's like, Marie's in the shower working on submitting her payroll, something.
Yeah.
And so then I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see kind of what you're working on. So there's like some
Oh my
accountability
God.
there. And then, I mean, obviously not MVP, but future feature is the person could send you like encouraging messages. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
keep
hey, good
going.
job. Yeah. Like, so you have, or like 10 people are waiting for the shower.
I was
And
gonna
then
say
you're,
there could be a waiting
yeah,
room.
yeah,
Yeah, because it could go, there's someone in there now, and there's 3 people waiting to get in. And then it becomes this thing where like you're constantly checking back to the website to see if it's free. Like if the shower's
it's
free.
just so
And you know
fun
what?
and
It could be in the
silly.
corner. It could be
Yeah.
brought to you by Llama Life. So while you're
Yeah.
waiting for the shower, you could go, oh, what's this? I'll click on it. And then you go see the app.
Yeah.
And because it's a website where you kind of want to keep trying to get in, so you keep going back and refreshing the URL, it's going to get lots of hits. And so hopefully it ranks well on Google and SEO, because like there's a lot of hits on the website because I keep coming back trying to see if I can get in if it's free.
Yeah. I
I
love
don't know,
it.
some
And it doesn't feel crazy hard to build, but and it's unique. It's very similar to it's your personality because you're silly and like, and so is
so
mom.
silly.
You know what I mean? Like it's fun. And it reminds me of, was this a thing in Australia where you would be on the swings, like on the playground on the swings, and like if you were swinging, if you looked over and you were like completely in sync with the person next to you on the swings, then you'd be like, "You're in my shower."
No,
That was like I
I've
think
never
of
heard of
Craig.
this in my
Or like,
life.
or get out of the bathroom. We're in the bathroom together. Like it was just like this funny,
What?
and obviously like it was kind of like potty talk, like so kids loved it. But yeah, if you were like swinging, you know what I mean, when you were like swinging at the
Yeah, yeah,
exact
yeah.
same
Side
pace
by
as someone.
side, if you're the
Yes,
same.
you were in
I've
the
never heard
you
of this in
were
my life.
in the shower, or in the bathroom, or whatever, like
Okay.
something
Huh.
bathroom related. In different
Okay.
different regions, I may have had different
Different
things
versions
that
of
they
it.
were
Yeah,
in
yeah.
together. It's silly, and it kind of is something that I could
It's
imagine commenting and telling someone else about. And then you could build, if people thought it was fun, you could totally build a full feature set around it where you could
oh
then
yeah.
share on your social that I'm in the shower, cheer me on, and I'm in
Hmm.
the, like, you know what I mean?
God, I'm in the shower cheering on.
It's kind of gross, but that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Not
it's
gross, but
funny.
it's like sensitive topic, or you know what I mean? It's like on the edge of being
Oh
inappropriate,
my
but
God.
it's
And you
not.
could, do you know what? You know what else? You could have really good, like I'm all about really good sound effects and
Oh yeah,
whimsical,
you're so
right?
good
I
at that.
love
Yeah.
doing this. Like when you get in the shower, like you can, well, we don't want to distract people too much, but you could just click around maybe and like choose a background or a sound, music.
Uh-huh.
And you would have the shower sound, which to me is very relaxing. Like it's like white noise,
Uh-huh.
like a shower or rain. You know, it can be very relaxing. So you could maybe choose the lighting or whatever and the sound,
Uh-huh.
and then the timer starts or for
Uh-huh.
3 minutes, and this is your 3 minutes to get something done. I don't know, and if there's no one else there, maybe you could extend the time,
Uh-huh.
right? Which actually works for 2 things. It helps the person keep going who's in there, and it also, from an outsider perspective, it keeps the shower full. So it kind of makes it feel like it's hard
Like
to
there's
get in
someone
there.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I do, and like there's seems like when someone is waiting or in the waiting room or whatever for the
Mm.
shower, having this like subtle
Pressure.
like knocking sound, like,
There's 3 people waiting to get
and you
in, get
can't,
out.
right.
Get
And maybe
out.
you don't even you don't show the messages from them. I mean, obviously that wouldn't
Oh
be
no, no, no.
MVP,
That would
but
be
like
distracting. Yeah,
it'd be
yeah. Oh my
distracting, but
God.
you can hear the little tap, 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 tap,
Yeah,
tap,
yeah,
tap,
yeah.
tap. And then
Yeah.
you're like, gosh, I gotta finish this thing. I
Well,
love that.
I don't know if you had this in the States, but in Australia when I was younger, there's a lot of, Australia is kind of like a dry country. There's a lot of drought, especially in the middle of the country. So when we were growing up, there was a campaign, like a TV campaign, and it's basically trying to save water. So I think it was something like "Don't be a wally with water." It was basically like don't, you know,
Don't
when
be
you
a
wash your car,
water hog.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you wash your car, use a bucket. Don't just have the hose running, use a bucket. When you take a shower, I think it was like, I want to say 7 minutes. For some reason, I've got 7 minutes in my head. Maybe it was less. But don't take long showers. So they would actually, I think the government was like giving out free timers that you could put in the shower,
Yeah.
right? And so that fits with this nicely as well. It's like you've got X number of minutes in the shower. And that's something that was
Totally.
kind of drilled into me as a kid. It's like, don't take long showers.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes I set timers now when I'm in the shower because otherwise I could easily spend half an hour just because I'm just standing there brainstorming stuff.
Yeah, you
everything
just space
comes to
out.
me in the shower. Everything, like
Totally.
new ideas, solutions to existing problems. Like the shower
Yes.
is, if
Shower
I'm
and
stuck, I go
driving,
take a
like the two
shower.
most consuming,
Yeah.
consuming gasoline or consuming water is the only way I can think.
Yeah, it's the only way I can think.
But I love it. I think it's really fun. And it's like, you
Oh
don't
my
even
gosh.
have to think about like, what would you do when there's 1,000 users and there's no room in the shower? That's a problem for another day. But like, make it fun for like 10 people.
Yeah, maybe when you should set an intention before you turn the water on. Because if you go in,
What you want to get done.
yeah, it's like, what do you want to get done? Yeah, and then start the shower, which is the timer, and then the timer's on the screen, counting down, which fits with Llama Life, right? Because it's all about countdown timers. Timer's on the screen, the shower's on, so you get maybe for the MVP, it doesn't even need to be animated. Although maybe Claude can just animate it for me, but just a picture of a shower, like you're in it.
Right.
Water's on, and it's not about fancy animation. It's just about the sound effects, and it's about getting something done.
Right.
At the end of the day. But I just love the idea of like, you keep going to the website to check if it's free.
Do it. It's fun, and I want you to do it.
And it's kind of
what
silly,
I
right?
say matters. And also, it's silly, it's funny, and who knows what future it has, but who cares? It's fun, and it also gives you a chance to maybe build in public again because it's fresh and new, which is like how Llama Life got an audience in the first place. Like even just going on, and you don't have to do talking to camera because that's super intimidating for everyone, including me, and I do it all the time. Just even like writing like a sentence about this, like, what do you think? And just seeing like, it helps for me because I've been doing that with Prove It, the beta thing we're doing.
Oh, you're on TikTok, you mean?
On TikTok and Instagram. Both.
Okay. Yeah, you're just talking about what you're building?
Yeah. But before we even wrote a single line of code for it. Like that's probably not, we kind of prototype, whatever. Before we had an app submitted to test flight or before I had the wireframes, I popped on and said like, what do you guys think about this? And people commented saying they thought they would love it. And that fueled me. And it's like that, it's like gives me the dopamine. I need to keep going. When I post about it and people are like, F yeah, I want that. It helps me so much. And like, and if they don't, who cares? Algorithm didn't show it to them. You don't get down about it. But like, and even just, putting a little wait list up to like a little email list, like it really helps motivate me a lot that we have over 1,000 people wanting to beta test Prove It, like that's motivating for me because I want to get it to them.
It's like being in the constant state of like ideas and like that new product feeling is so exciting versus having a long running established product. It just doesn't feel as like it's a different thing you're solving. But maybe you can kind of solve both at the same time. Like the new stuff feeds into the existing stuff. Like
any amount of cool, and it helps them any
novelty.
amount. You can figure out how to integrate with Llama Life or anything. Like that. Absolutely, you can imagine a little llama in the shower and like do a whole thing about it. But you don't have to do that at first. I love it. I think we should end on we're gonna do our picks and plugs.
Do picks and plugs. So I'll try and I'm gonna make a commitment for our next podcast that we will release shower time. I'm gonna go buy a domain. Showertime.com.
Perfect. Well, hopefully it's available.
It's available.
And then if you're listening to this and you think this is funny and you would use it, DM Marie. Her Instagram will be in the show notes. So send her a DM and be like, I'll use it. And so she'll maybe give you early access, Marie. I don't know. Some testers.
Well, yeah. It'll be early access because it's just going to go out there. I think I should just put it out. Like even in the MVP form, it'll just be, even if it's a static image it'll be a kind of a fun thing to just solve like, is this website busy or not? Like if there's one person, it's pretty easy, I think. I don't even need a database. It's, oh no, wait, I will need a database because it's got, okay. I think I know how to do it. I think,
But your other challenge is you're going to use either Codex or Claude Code.
Do you know what? I do find coding less fun now because everything's solved for you. I really like I remember the days where I was like,
there's going to be things
you
can't figure out still.
Okay, that's what this is. Just a different problem.
I'm going to hold you to that experiment too because everyone, she will put her Marie stamp on it. It will still be Marie. But like some of the infrastructure and some of like the just formatting and stuff can be drafted for you, and then you'll go massage
Sure.
it.
Okay.
At least, and then this is going to be how you like test that a little bit.
And this is a marketing exercise too, because it'll be branded Llama Life, like brought to you by Llama Life. Or, oh my God, I just jumped about 10 steps into the future. I could sell advertising space. Like if this website's heavily trafficked because everyone's going to it to check if it's free, I can sell like brought to you by, and a brand can buy that slot.
Sure. Why not? I feel like there's a way to monetize anything that people love passionately.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be in your like annoying, but while you're waiting to get in the shower, there could be something interesting from another brand that you could look at or interact with.
Yeah, totally.
Remember that website that just sold, I think it had like, what was it called? It had like 1 million pixels or something. And as a brand, you could buy a pixel. Do you remember this? It's a long time ago. Basically, it was something like 1 million pixels. It was $1 per pixel, or maybe 1 cent per pixel. I can't remember. Maybe it was $1 per pixel, because the guy made $1 million from it. As a brand, you could buy a pixel. But you wouldn't buy just one. You'd buy like a bunch, and you'd put your logo on there.
Like a billboard, kind of virtual billboard.
Online billboard. But this is when the internet first started. So it was really novel and new. It's like, buy space on my website. There's 1 million pixels. It's $1 per pixel. Filled up. And you can go look at it online. Like, it's just this big brand. It's just a big collage of logos. And obviously, the more you spend, the bigger your logo is on the page. But they made $1 million. Just like that.
Yeah. I mean,
it's...
Then you should do that. You should make $1 million overnight.
That'd be great.
That'd be good. Solve all the problems. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be quick to build, and then you get to thinking about it.
Yeah. I already know how I'm going to do it now. But that's not the point. It's the use Claude.
DM Marie if this sounds amazing to you, and she will look out for your DM on that, or comment on one of her posts. Well, I guess that starts us off for plugs. So why don't you go into your plug, Marie?
It should be built before this episode comes out. So if people DM me, it'll already be out. Oh,
her Instagram, which is in the show notes. Why don't you say it? Plug it.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at 3 Hour Coffee. That's 3 Hour Coffee, just all the words spelled out. And you can find Llama Life in the App Store and Google Play, or on the web. Just Google Llama Life. Sharon, where can people find you?
People can find me at Shelpful, SHELPFUL, on Instagram, and I post on TikTok at automatically ADHD. And Shelpful.com is my website that I just recently updated to encapsulate all these fun things we're working on, including our beta for Prove It, which you could still sign up for, which I'd love you to do and you to give us feedback.
I have an app that I use all the time, which I think might be useful for other people, so I'll use that as my pick. It's on Android and iOS. It's called Daylio, Daylio. And it's kind of like a tracker in a way. So it's a mood tracker. So when you hit add, you're adding an entry, and you choose like from 5 icons, from like a happy face to a sad face. But the difference is that like for each entry, you can also add all these other tags. So I've set up like activities that I'm doing. I've set up a lot of like ADHD symptoms, I suppose, that I'm experiencing in a day. So it's a way for me, I treat it like a journal, but it's a journal that's very quick entry, because when I make an entry, I just tap, 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 tap. I tap my mood, I tap any ADHD like symptoms I had that day and sort of the severity of it. So for example, some of the tags I've set up for ADHD are things like overthinking, RSD, feeling spacey, procrastinating, and I just like tap them. And I instead of using it as a mood tracker, I'm actually using the mood icons as like severity of symptoms. So I can just look at it. It shows me a calendar, and I go, oh, I've had some really bad kind of ADHD type days. Like maybe, and for me, it's like maybe I need to like take a break. Like maybe I need to rest and recharge, because I always feel better when I sleep well or rest, and I just am not good at doing those things. Like I'm not good at resting. I feel like I have to always be doing something. So it's a way for me to keep track of, hey, like you're just not doing well right now and you need to like take a break. It's called Daylio, Daylio, and I just like it because I'm not really good at writing big journal entries. I just like tap, 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 and then I'm done. Takes like a minute, 1 minute.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I struggle at self-awareness and reporting anything, and I really resist it. Like, as you said it, that sounds like it's amazing, but like it is, I hope this isn't offensive. Like, it doesn't pull me in at all. Like, I really don't ever feel tempted to journal. And
Mm,
it's just not something I want right now, I think,
mm.
maybe. And I think I'm accepting it. Maybe someday that'll be for me. But I 100% see the appeal, and I love that it's just like quickie entries. It's
Quick.
almost like a
Yeah, yeah,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's any longer, I won't do it.
I thought of one. But let me grab it. Let me grab it really quick. Through the magic of editing, I have it now.
Hmm. Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So it's a physical product. This is Magic Molecule, and
Oh,
have you heard of this?
no, but
Okay.
it sounds intriguing, but just
It's
the
intriguing.
name.
Okay. So it's hypochlorous acid solution for your skin, for face and body. And it's not, apparently the hypochlorous acid solution is not a new thing, but this was my introduction to it. And what it is it says for management of minor irritations. So you basically you can spray it on owies, sorry,
Owies?
scrapes, cuts. Like, I'll spray it on my kids' stuff. It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
sting. It doesn't sting at all. Um, Bug bites. It helps fight itches, and it's like people use it. I use it on my face. Like, when your skincare has always been hard for me, and I don't like the feel of creams, and my goals to keep looking young do not align with my willingness to do skincare. And so this is great because I'll even just spray some on me now.
Oh, and it's just a
Using a
spray. You
bottle.
don't have to.
It's just a
It's
spray.
not cream. It's light. It
Mm-mm.
feels like a very light
It's
application.
light. It
Yeah.
doesn't have there's no fragrance. It has,
Mm.
like a smell that's not water, but it's not strong.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
it basically, like, so people who get acne will
Mm.
use this to
Okay.
like disinfect their face, basically. But it
Sure.
also, like, you can use it as like a hand sanitizer. Like, it's for everything, which I think is what attracts me to it, because I love
Yeah.
things that can be used for so many things. And so, like, anytime I now have like, I don't like ointment. I don't, if I have like a bite, I don't want to have to get the hydrocortisone and spread it
Then you got
on.
to
I
wash your
like,
hands, and
yes.
it's
And then
like
the feeling of
thick and
sliminess.
heavy and yuck and like, yeah.
Right. And so I like this. And I feel like if I don't feel like doing, like, washing my face at night, I'll just do like a wet cotton pad and I'll spray this on, and I'm like, that probably covered it. So
Easy application, no ick, very light, and no cleanup. Like, you don't have to wash your hands off,
exactly. And it genuinely says you can use it like a hand sanitizer, but it doesn't sting.
and it
So, like,
doesn't smell. You said
it
it's like a
doesn't,
very neutral smell.
it's a very neutral smell. So, like, especially in, like, kids don't ever let you, like, if they hurt themselves, they just want you to put a Band-Aid on the dirt. They don't want you to clean it. So it's like, sometimes you kind of just judgment call, like, all right, should I go through the torture of making them let me clean this? Or is it small enough I can just spray the scrap on it? And sometimes I just spray this stuff on it lately. And it's also I think marketed to parents too, because, like, for like diaper rash, apparently it's really good. My kids are too old for diaper rash, but hopefully 5 and 10,
Oh my
no more
God.
diapers,
Yeah,
thank
yeah, yeah.
goodness. But yeah, I think that this is my pick. Not
Amazing. And
sponsored. I feel like the fact that I'm holding it makes me feel like it's an ad, but it's very
if
much not.
if anyone is just listening to us on a podcast app, make sure you also check out our YouTube channel, because we have a video of the episode, and Sharon is doing like
Well, and
demonstrations
Spotify.
of this product,
On
spraying it
Spotify,
around, and
you can see the video on Spotify too. So if you're
oh, you
listening
can.
on
Okay,
Spotify,
great,
you can
great.
switch over to video. But yeah, it's great.
Amazing. Just like a side note to the ickiness sort of factor, it's winter in Australia, so it's quite cold and dry. And my fiance now, I was going to say my girlfriend, but my
Wait,
fiance,
that hasn't been officially announced on the podcast. That's
not on
my
the
pitch.
podcast, but it's on
Marie's
it's on
engagement.
Instagram. Yeah. It's fun. So yeah, so my fiance was saying, oh, like maybe you can put moisturizer on your hands before you go to bed, and then put like a thin glove over it. Like, that's meant to really help, like if you have dry or cracked fingers or whatever. And I was like, there is no world where I can do that. It's so icky. Like, she was like, put all the moisturizer on, then put like a thin, like, I think you can buy them. It's like really thin gloves that you sleep in, like cotton sort of gloves, just to keep all the moisture in. And then you wake up and your hands are like amazing, you know? And I was like,
Right.
I can't even think about that. It'd be so, ugh.
Right.
Right? So your spray, I mean, it's not quite the same, but like something like your spray would really appeal to me.
On future episodes, I can also, well, Marie, you have my direct contact information, so I can tell you. But I'm kind of have lately been inspired and trying to find, like, actually seek out and find skincare products that aren't creamy and
Yeah.
annoying to me. So
Yeah.
I found like a something that's normally a serum, but it's a spray for like hyaluronic acid, which is kind of
Okay.
the thing that people are supposed to be using to not have wrinkles. Anyway, we'll save
We
that
should
for when
have.
Jesse's on, because he's obviously not going to want to miss
I
that.
was just thinking
Okay.
that. All right, we better. On that note, let's wrap up.
Have a great day, and as a reminder, just freaking build it, like Marie will be doing before the next episode.